For centuries, the Ark of the Covenant has been at the center of legends, wars, and mysteries. But what if it is not merely a sacred relic? What if its return is the key to the rise of the Antichrist, not as a destroyer, but as a false savior? Get ready to dive into a theory that connects ancient prophecies, hidden secrets, and the ultimate destiny of humanity. The Ark may have already been found, and the time for its awakening is running out. Created by divine order, it contained the 10 Commandments, a pot of manna, and Aaron's rod that budded. But, what if the Antichrist does not arise with hatred, destruction, or war? What if the Ark of the Covenant is the key to his manifestation? What if he arrives as a savior? Imagine the Ark of the Covenant, not merely as a golden box, but as an artifact from another world. A sacred rectangle covered in pure gold. A lid known as the mercy seat. And upon it, cherubim sculpted from solid gold. Between them, the empty space, the invisible throne of the Most High. But there was something more. Something the common eye could not see. An energy. A vibration that made the air tremble around it. As if it were made of living, pulsing metal. And it was intimidating. And when it was opened, they say a mist would rise. And with it, voices. Echoes of a presence that time could not erase. This would be the vision of the Ark, not merely a sacred piece, but a living artifact. A link between the world of men, and the realm of infinity. But it was much more than a chest of relics. The Ark was the symbol of God's presence among men. According to many accounts, it had a power that defied human understanding. When the Hebrews carried it into battle, their enemies fell. When touched by impure hands, it caused instant death. And then, it disappeared. The Bible does not say where it went. Theologians, historians, and archaeologists have spent centuries trying to decipher this mystery. Some say it was hidden before the destruction of the Temple of Jerusalem. Others claim it was taken to Ethiopia, where it remains guarded by silent monks. There are even those who say it is buried beneath the Temple Mount itself, awaiting the right moment to be revealed. But what if that moment is near? What if the return of the Ark of the Covenant marks the beginning of something darker? Earthquakes, plagues, wars, and rumors of wars. Instability in the Middle East. The advance of technologies that replace humanity and promise soulless immortality. In Jerusalem, the movement for the rebuilding of the Third Temple is growing. Religious groups claim to have already recreated all sacred utensils. All, except one, the Ark of the Covenant. According to recent reports, Israeli archaeologists have been conducting secret excavations beneath the old city. There are records, leaks, rumors, suggesting that it may have been located. And here begins the theory that could change everything. What if the Ark of the Covenant is not just a symbol of the past, but a prophetic trigger? An object destined to activate the events of the end times. According to the Apostle Paul, "Let no one deceive you in any way. For that day will not come, unless the rebellion comes first, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself against every so-called God or object of worship, so that he takes his seat in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God." For centuries, theologians have debated who he will be. A political leader? A false messiah? An incarnate spiritual entity? Imagine a world plunged into chaos. Famine, economic collapses, natural disasters, endless wars. Then, a charismatic, intelligent, and impartial man arises, charged with an energy that no one can explain. A global leader with access to the Ark of the Covenant. And with it, the power to perform the impossible. He works miracles. He heals diseases. He brings peace among nations. An end to hunger in some regions. And even, perhaps, an apparent resurrection. All of this, coming from the Ark. Or at least, so it will seem. The world, tired of pain and suffering, will embrace him. Will worship him. He will be called the Messiah, the Son of Light. But behind the mask of light will be the shadow of deception. For the power of the Ark, if profaned, will no longer be a channel of divine presence, but a usurped throne. An inverted portal. Feeding the greatest collective illusion of all time. And those who bow before him, will seal their own fate. But prophecy requires a temple, and within it, a throne. And what object symbolizes that throne if not the Ark itself? What if, when restored to the third temple, the Ark does not bring back the divine presence but serves as the doorway for final deception? Theorists argue that the Ark was never just a sacred object. It was divine technology. A channel of spiritual energy. Biblical accounts of death, radiation, voices from nowhere. This raises an unsettling question. Was the Ark made to protect men from God's presence? Or to prevent something from escaping? There are obscure documents, not officially recognized, suggesting that secret sects, and even intelligence agencies, have been seeking the Ark for decades. Freemasons, Templars, Nazis, and now, perhaps, tech corporations and global alliances. All searching for the same thing. The object capable of reshaping the planet's spiritual order. But there is a detail no one seems to mention. According to the oldest Hebrew writings, the opening of the Ark requires a sacrifice. Not symbolic, but cosmic. A price to be paid, a balance to be broken. The activation of the Ark would seal not just the fate of one nation, but of all humanity. If the Ark is found, and placed in the temple, there will be no turning back. Perhaps, at this very moment, it is already being prepared. Perhaps, it is already in Jerusalem, and no one has noticed. What if the Antichrist is already among us, just waiting for the right moment, to sit on the throne that once belonged to God? Time is running out. The pieces are moving. The silence of the Ark may be about to be broken. And when the Ark's lid is opened, what will you do? Leave your opinions in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories and reflections on faith and spirituality. This video is not intended to disrespect anyone's faith or to alter the history of the Bible. Our goal is to present a study based on different historical perspectives, exploring events from new angles. Receive this content with an open mind and mutual respect.